Hello my friends and welcome to Egg Wars episode 3. I hope you are all doing well. And before I get into it, I got something a little more name brand for the sip today. I had to go and grab some vitamins from the store yesterday, so I decided to get something a little more name brand because they didn't carry the dollar store variety over there. Refreshing. Alright, before I get into my rambling about what I want to talk about today, I want to make a couple points here. After I put out the last Egg Wars video, I got reached out to by a couple people because if you watched it, you know, I talked about some projects that I had that had kind of fallen into this hiatus, kind of off in the sphere, you know, somewhere, and that couple of those would be the Pitcast that I was reached out to before to do that, kind of didn't know what was going on with that, and then also the Weekly Sweat. Well, since I put out that episode of Egg Wars, I've been reached out to by the gentleman who does the Pitcast, and we've agreed upon a time to do that this week. It's going to be Thursday at 10 p.m. EST, and I will put a link to his YouTube channel in the description if you want to go subscribe to that. Otherwise, just put that down for a time if you're interested in coming to check that out, because I think that's the time we've agreed upon now. And also, as far as the Weekly Sweat goes, I actually could have been on there this last Saturday night, but it was very just sudden, pretty much like TV Ameriqua kind of just like sent me a link to the Discord or whatever, like when it was going on, and I was like, well, that'd be cool, but I kind of want to. I was kind of busy with some other stuff. I was like, I'll let people know. Let's do it next weekend, next Saturday night when you do it, and I'll let people know if they want to tune in. So I'll also link the Honeypot Studios YouTube channel in the description as well. So just to get that out of the way. Now today, I have something that I want to talk about. Something that just really pisses me off a lot, and something I had to deal with yesterday. It's in the twilight hours now. I fucked up my sleep schedule yesterday. I was up for like 25 hours. But I was dealing with some shit yesterday that pissed me off, and that would be me driving around on Sunday and having to deal with a lot of motorcyclists. So I want to talk today about how I fucking hate motorcyclists. Now, I want to say, first off, to be fair, you know, I used to be really not a big fan of driving. I used to really hate having to drive. I would get out and I'd be anxious. I'd be like nervous behind the wheel. I'd be like, oh fuck, I hate driving. You know. But once I it grew on me. I kind of got warm to it after a while. So it was like, so I want to be fair. I have never ridden a motorcycle. So maybe if I did do motorcycling, maybe I would be a little more empathetic to it, a little more sympathetic, be like, well, you know, it's just a lot of fun to be riding around, having the breeze in my hair, you know, just, you know, maybe there would be just, it would outweigh the negatives, but at this point, I just can't say that. Now, what really set me off yesterday was, I said I was driving, and I had been up in the city, but I was driving out of the city and going on some country roads, and there was just so many baby boomers out on their motorcycles. There's like this thing with baby boomers and motorcycles. This is like one segment of people who I hate that ride motorcycles, that they think that, you know, they think that being 60 years old on their motorcycle or whatever and riding around, they have like, you know, one, you know, dime-sized American flag tattoo on their arm or something like that, and they think they're fucking James Dean. They think they're just the most badass piece of shit ever. You know, they think they're like coming up, oh yeah, I got the Harley outside, yeah, you know, could have sent my kids to college, but hey, you know what, those fucking millennials, they gotta pull themselves up by the bootstraps, so I went and bought another Harley, you know, I'm a badass. And anyways, I'm going down this country road, and I'm driving. I took this exit basically off like one of the freeways and going on like this country road, and I get behind this van, and they're going slow as fuck. You know, to be fair, they were going like probably like 10, 15 miles under the speed limit. So, anyways, I'm just, you know, I'm going behind the van, and it's like this kind of sucks. All of a sudden, I have 7 baby boomer bikers all behind me. There's one that's out in front. One lady is out in front, and then there's 6 behind her. So to be fair, I don't know necessarily. Maybe she was separate, and maybe those other 6 people were together, because then they had like, they were basically like, you had one who was like on the left part of the lane, and like one that was on the right part, and they were kind of like diagonal to each other. So it'd be like boom, 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 to kind of zigzag. So I'm driving, and it's whatever. All of a sudden, this frontmost woman on her fat, it was not like a thin bike, it was like a fat bike. Like, I thought maybe it was like a fucking police cruiser or some shit at first. I don't know what you would call a police motorcycle. But it was this big fat thing, and all of a sudden, like, I'm just driving, and it's whatever. I'm just kind of chilling. You know, I've been awake for a long time, so I'm just kind of focusing on the road, you know, just being a safe driver, not trying to, you know, be too kind of lackadaisical and just kind of, you know, whatever. All of a sudden, I look in my rear view mirror, and it looks like this bitch is actually so fucking close to me. She's riding my ass so close that it looks like she is peering into my fucking car. Like, I shit you not. It looked like, you know, if it was ridiculous. Like, I was like looking at her face, like just like fucking up like this in my rear view. I'm like, holy shit. So anyways, I finally get to a passing lane, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's because this guy's going so slow. So I fucking, you know, pass the guy, and I fucking kick it up to like 75, 80 miles an hour. I get around him, whatever, you know, and it's all open. So I'm just going back to this. You know, I usually drive probably about 5 miles over the speed limit. That's like where I consider to be like safe. Like, you're not going too slow to piss people off, but you're not going too fast to where you're going to get pulled over. So that's kind of where I like to hang at. It's about like 5 miles over the speed limit. So I go, and I'm driving, and I'm just, whatever, it's all chill, and all of a sudden, the bikers are right up on my ass again, and I'm driving like 5 miles over the speed. I'm not slow. I'm like, well, shit. I'm like, that's one thing still about driving, is like when somebody's right up on my ass, that makes me uncomfortable. That makes me a little bit like anxious, so I'm like, fuck it. I gun it. I'm going like fucking 15, 20 miles over the speed limit. It's a country road, so I'm like, whatever, you know, I don't mind. But then like, so I'm gunning it like 20 miles over the speed limit. And all of a sudden, it seems like, to me, it seemed like they almost slowed down because they fell back so quick. It was like boom, like they were in the dust like that. And I was just like, okay. So I gun up, and I'm like, okay, you know, everything's kind of open, everything's kind of chill, everything's feeling good. And all of a sudden, I come up to this kind of, there was like a winding part of the road where the, you know, it has like a, oh, warning, you know, winding road, speed limit slowed down to like 50 miles an hour, whatever. So I'm still going a little bit over that, but I'm just like, whatever, okay. So I'm going down the road, and I kind of do a couple going down the winding. All of a sudden, in my fucking rear view, I fucking just see this big-ass, fat-ass white cycle just fucking tear across like the last fucking part of this winding road. So it's like straightened out again. I'm like looking back, and you just see this fucking bitch just shoot around this corner, and she's fucking right up on my ass again. And I'm like, why? What the fuck are you doing, you stupid bitch? And she's right up on my fucking thing, and she's just got like this old, wrinkly ass, fucking stupid baby boomer face, like with her sunglasses, just like, this is what I fucking see in my review. And I'm like, oh my god, you fucking stupid bitch, I want to just fucking brake check you and fucking make you fly into the fucking moon like E.T. But I didn't do that. But I had to deal with this shit for like 20 miles until I finally was able to. They ended up turning off in like some weird place. They probably have like their fucking, you know, summer home or something off in the fucking country somewhere. I don't know. But it just got on my fucking nerves. And so that's one part of the reason why I hate fucking motorcyclists and kind of what triggered me to think about this. But when I really decided that I hated motorcyclists, it was actually when I was live streaming, probably about 4 months ago or so now, I think. I think it was something like that. I was doing the live stream, and, you know, we were watching YouTube videos on the live stream, and somebody linked a YouTube video where there's this guy, and I'm going to continue to expand upon this, but this is when it started. This YouTube video gets linked where there's a guy, and he's riding his motorcycle, and he goes to, or he gets, you know, it's like, I don't even know, it's so fucking stupid. It's the stupidest thing ever, but some guy, like, disrespects him. So he has to go follow this guy into, like, a Walmart parking lot, and he goes in, and the guy like gets out of his car in the parking lot, and he fucking pulls his motorcycle up next to him with his fucking, you know, helmet cam rolling 24/7. And he goes up, he's like, "Oh man, what? You wanna fucking fight, motherfucker? You fucking disrespect me, bitch! You wanna fucking go? Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!" And so I'm watching it on this, and it's like, it's not even enjoyable. You're just like, the guy is such a piece of shit, like, just fucking total asshole. Like, this, whatever the guy did, the guy who he's like, follows in his parking lot, it was so minuscule, there was no need for this, and he goes in and he fucking starts like trying to fight the guy, and then my stream gets cut because he fucking copyrighted this video of him following some guy into a parking lot to fight him. He copyrighted this video, and it fucking gets my stream, like, it blocked the stream for, like, it's with YouTube, if you're streaming something that's determined to be, like, copyrighted, it'll basically, like, put, like, it'll be like, oh, you're temporarily restricted while that's playing or whatever. So I paused it, and then my stream came back up. But that just goes to show you how fucking despicable these people are, you know. Obviously, helmet cams and GoPros and shit, I think it's great technology that we've gotten, you know. I'm able to use this GoPro to do great stuff. I think it's awesome. I don't think it was a bad choice for me to have. And obviously, like, traffic cams and shit, it can all be very beneficial to you, but these motorcycle YouTubers, and just so many of these guys in general, they are so insufferable and such pieces of shit. Because you'll notice there's a bunch of guys out here, and to the credit of the system or algorithms or whatever you want to say, like, you don't usually, at least I don't usually see these kind of videos being pushed, like, pretty heavily, but they're out there, and there's guys out there that have, like, a lot of, that make money off of putting on their little helmet with their little camera on there and driving around and just looking for trouble. It's like, imagine if every fucking autistic child who wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber, or what else is there these days, I don't know, that's just what comes to mind for me, I guess, Minecraft or Roblox or whatever. Like, imagine if they had to go outside and fucking try and, like, fight people for the videos. Because there's people who even do that. Obviously, you have, like, your boonk gangs or your whatever, that their content is just being a total fucking shithead and causing a huge stir. But these guys are just, like, something about them, because, you know, if you're walking down the street and you see, like, some guy covered in tattoos who seems to be, like, recording everything and be like, whoa, you know, you're probably gonna be like, okay, that could be trouble. Maybe I should, like, cross the street or something. But when you're driving, I mean, motorcyclists are already enough pain in the ass. They're fucking weaving through traffic, and they're fucking being, you know, probably an old fat baby boomer who's being a piece of shit. Or there's some guy who is, like, has a widow's peak hairline and a bunch of shitty tattoos and a soul patch and some, like, $1,000 sunglasses. He's just like, yeah, I'm a biker. Yeah, I'm a biker. Yeah, I'm kind of a badass. You know, wearing a fucking, like, leather vest or whatever. These people, when you're driving down the street or you're driving down the highway, whatever, how are you supposed to know that some fucking unhinged lunatic is going to be like, oh man, I got to make my YouTube video today. Whoa, alright, here we go, YouTube video. Let's go into a fight. Whoa, and then some guy you're driving, and you know, some guy, whatever, is like weaving through traffic, and maybe, who knows, like, he doesn't even need a reason. He could, like, if you look at him, he could be like, you know, oh man, he fucking just, oh, you gave me this look, man, we gotta go find this guy, man, let's go have a fight, whoa, motorcycle fight, whoa, you'll never guess this fight happened, whoa. Oh my god, these fucking people just drive me up the wall. Having to share the road with them, having the fact that so many of them seem, I mean, there's people I know who bike, who are just really enjoy it, and I think that I would be I think I would probably enjoy it if I did it, but just like this whole image that comes with bikers, you know, that's like, that's out there, you know, outside of like a Hell's Angel or I don't know, I never watched the Sons of Anarchy TV series, I don't really watch TV, but you know, like some guy like that who's like a real gruff, like, biker gang guy, okay, whatever, but like every motherfucker thinks that they ride a motorcycle, they're like the biggest badass in the whole world, and it just fucking sets me off. So, fuck motorcyclists. I'm really sick of their shit. I'm really sick of these fucking idiots. And speaking of people who I'm sick of, you know, There was a tweet I saw yesterday from, I don't even know who it was, some stupid bitch that is totally, has no relevance to anybody, but she tweeted out about people taking the knee, and she said, oh, it's so hot, I want to suck all the football players' dicks. This is like actually what she tweeted out. Like, everybody who takes the knee, I want to suck their dick. And it made me think, you know, I've been to Los Angeles a couple times now in the last year, and frankly, I've found it to be a very pleasant and enjoyable experience when I've been out there. But it is so... I mean, when it comes to comedy in Los Angeles, you know, I can't imagine... It's just so ridiculous to me that we have this place that's supposed to be like one of the great epicenters of entertainment, and they can be so continuously not funny at all, like with totally unpleasant. I mean, there's been like a few female comedians in history that have been, you know, that could get you, that could like make you laugh, but I mean, just LA, with so many people who go there, so many people who think, man, this is a great idea, it is so worth my time and energy to fucking, you know, like drop everything. I don't care where I'm from, if I'm from fucking a different country, or if I'm from Ohio, or if I'm from Maine, or wherever I'm from, Midwest, Northeast, any location in the world, zoom in and go and, you know, rent a room on Skid Row with like 10 other people for like $100 a month while you're all homeless and trying to fucking, you know, go to open mics for comedy shows and shit, and you can still be so painfully horrible and unfunny. You're so awful. And you have guys who do this too, but when I went to Isla Vista, when I was in Isla Vista back in March, and I went there and I did an open mic at the coffee shop there. What was that called? Like Good Times Coffee? I can't remember what the place was called, but I'm kind of curious now. It's the, trying to refresh my memory. It's the one that Elliot Rogers actually shot up, or he shot at it a couple times. Can't remember what it was. It's like Good Times, or fuck, that was an IV Drip. That's not right. Maybe it was Coffee Collaborative. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's what it was. Coffee Collaborative. Sounds like it's probably right. Anyway, so I go there, and they had this open mic where there was music and comedy and stuff going on in Isla Vista, and that was actually very funny. Now, you had guys that were students at the University of Santa Barbara that were there, and they were doing comedy that was not politically correct. And the fact is, some of it maybe even was considered, you know, some of it you might look at, if you were looking at it from a certain perspective, and say, okay, maybe that has like a leftist twist to it, you know. But I mean, how do we have, you know, people who are these entertainers, and there's so many of these people together, and they're like, but they're this total hive mind of just, I mean, they're so stuck to leftism that they absolutely cannot be funny, because they just, their jokes are so terrible, and they're just like, you know, I don't know, it's just fucking, it just blows my mind, because, like, you know, you can have people who are willing to be a little bit politically incorrect, and you'd be like, okay, that's, you know, you're kind of, that's just part of comedy, is like attacking something that's, you know, but when you're, I don't know, it just blows my mind that you can have all these people in California, in the Los Angeles area, who that's like supposed to be their whole lives. You have people who are making how much money, you know, 6-figure, 7-figure or more salaries, and they get together and you have like 30 people in a room writing jokes, and some guy's like, okay, guess what, guys, you know, I took a vacation to the Bahamas. You know, I went and had my spa day. You know, I had my 4 different maids, you know, carrying me around on a fucking straw chair all day, every day. You know, while I collected my $1 million bonus for the year. And I got this great idea. Listen, Drumpf has small hands, and he's orange. Oh man, that's good. All right, cut it, press it, let's go. We're taking that right to the bank. And you wonder why the television ratings are the lowest they've ever been, and why Hollywood has the worst year. It totally blows my mind. I'm sure people probably get blackballed and fucking blacklisted if they go there with something that's considered non-leftist, but if you're like an independent comedian with nothing to lose, you know, you're out there, you're fucking living in Skid Row or whatever, and you just really want to, you know, I mean, why? It just is fucking ridiculous to me. It's like, that's what you go there for? You know, you're like, oh man, I gotta leave everything behind. I'm leaving everything behind. I'm leaving it all behind. I'm saying, fuck everything, man. I'm leaving here with my goddamn stick with a sack on it. I'm gonna fucking go all the way. I'm walking all the way to LA. I'm walking all the way to Skid Row, living with drug addicts and murderers, just so I can fucking deliver my manuscript that says, Drump is small hand orange man. Woo, yeah, this is my whole life. It's ridiculous. Alright. Well, I think that's probably going to be all for today. It's about that sweet time, that sweet time frame. So I'll be linking Stud Case, which is the Pitcast YouTube channel, in the description. I'm going to be linking the Honeypot Studio channel in the description. Once again, I'm going to link Arto and producer Kris's channels in the description, because those are my main dudes who you should definitely always be subscribing to. You should always be checking them out. Kris has been streaming, like, every time I look at his channel, he's streaming. Arto hasn't been streaming lately, but he's a great guy who I talk to all the time, and I really want to see him, you know, I really want to see him get the recognition he deserves, because he's a musician, he's just a great guy, and they both are just great guys. So, in any case, my friends, this has been EggWars episode 3. I apologize that I kind of missed a day a little bit, sort of, ish, but we'll catch you later, my dudes.